What happens to a dream deferred? Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun? Or fester like a sore and then run? Does it stink like rotten meat? Or crust and sugar over like a syrupy sweet? Maybe it just sags like a heavy load. Or does it explode? I would ask for you not to let your dream be deferred. I would ask you to run and not be weary. I would ask you to be sweet in bitter times. I would also ask you to carry the heavy load because you can handle it. You've been prepared and you're ready. I would also ask that if you explode with greatness because of the foundation that you've stood on, the foundation that you've built on, and the foundation that the faculty and staff has helped you to build. And in closing, I want to leave you with one scripture that I thought was also very fitting. And it's Jeremiah 29:11. It reads, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future." So I hope tonight that if you haven't already been inspired, that you do have a plan. Because if you don't have a plan, there's already a plan that's been made for you and set for you. Welcome to the event, and please enjoy your evening.
The next voice you hear will be that of the Vice President for Student Affairs, Dr. Greg Mayer.
Williams on his way out told me I had to try and follow that and did a mic drop. I want you all to know that. You didn't see it, but that's what went down. So I cannot tell you how excited I am for this event. When this event was talked about just a relatively short amount of time ago, we didn't know how many people would show up. We didn't know how many people on short notice would be able to come together. And to see so many people in here, faculty, staff, and students coming together to celebrate your accomplishments, it really means a lot. It speaks to the quality of this place. It speaks to everything that you've gone through to get your degree. You are joining only about 30% of the people in this country who have a bachelor's degree. That's a relatively small amount of people. Now more than ever is when we need good, strong leadership. We are more diverse as a country and as a world than we've ever been before. And we need people. We need people in this room to step up and to do great things. And to see you all, as I've had a chance to interact with you over the last few years and just to interact with you over the last few minutes, I think you're going to be able to do wonderful things. We are truly and honestly proud and excited for you. I hope you are too. I hope you celebrate this moment. I hope you celebrate the next few weeks. I hope your families celebrate and are able to take pride in what you've been able to accomplish, because it is a big deal. But even more than that, I hope you're able to inspire other students who are at this college. Some students who might be struggling, some students who think sometimes they can't get through. I know there's been times that you've gone through and you've been like, am I going to be able to make it? You've made it. Huge, right? You have. So be proud of that. Congratulations, celebrate this, and I look forward not only for tonight, but being able to celebrate with you over the next few weeks. Thank you all.
All right, exciting. I'm so excited. Who's excited with me? I'm just overwhelmed. There are a few of us on this campus who have wanted to see this happen for a long time. We're just so thankful that it's happening now. So I want to welcome you to the first annual ALHANA graduation celebration. We are thrilled to welcome our new students to the fraternity of professional men and women of color. We cannot wait to see the contribution you will bring to society in the coming years, to your communities, to your homes, to the places you'll end up working. Some would say or ask why a ceremony like this is needed. It might seem to some to separate us when the country is trying to come together to form a united front and to work together. Our answer is that the ceremony is a way to bring us together and to acknowledge, and as an acknowledgement of the human nature in all of us, to strive against adversity, promote human dignity, and to celebrate the accomplishments of all people. To make the lives of each person better, our society must be built with the idea that every person brings something to the table. Every worthy accomplishment should be celebrated, and that's what we're doing. We're celebrating all of your accomplishments. None of our graduates today comes to this moment without sacrifice. Our ALHANA graduates have each gone through an emotional roller coaster in which they had to dig down deep to fight the forces that may have caused some students to retreat. How many of you had to dig deep sometimes? How many of you were like, I can't do this? How many of you said, I don't want to do this? How many are like, Mom, I'm coming home, come get me? But you stayed the course, and here you are today. You stuck with it, and that's what you can be so proud of, because you found it in here. Nobody can give you that. You have to find that in here. We would like to think that we helped you find it. The money issues that may have forced sacrifices from more than one family member, the outside forces that our national dialogue would sometimes make our students throw up their hands in frustration and wonder if there was a conspiracy working against their success. But tonight, this day, for such a time as this, you proved that this was not a conspiracy, but a motivation to charge forward. You had pledged to begin a college journey, and you did all you could possibly do to end that journey successfully. So this celebration is our attempt to let you know that we saw you, we heard you. We were there for you, and we are ecstatic for you, and we want you to prove it through this graduation celebration. So welcome. As I stated earlier, Damon College was behind you. However, the faculty and staff of color were there for you even when you did not know it. When we all have been through the ups and downs of receiving a college degree, and each of us can attest to the difficulties and triumphs, we have dedicated ourselves to be of service to all students of color who have come behind us, as others who preceded us were there for us to get our degrees. We would like to take this moment to introduce the faculty and staff who are brimming, overflowing with pride over your accomplishments. You heard from Frank Williams earlier. Stand please as I call your name. Frank Williams, David Johnson, Dr. J as I call her, Dr. Sadler, Tiffany Hamilton, Caleb Powell, Miss Lindsay Masters, Yolanda Morris, Tiffany Hamilton, Jesus de Jesus, and I don't want to call her Tio. I want to call her by her name, Mommy. So, this is who you need to thank, the people in this room who fought for you when you didn't know it, who fought for you while you were over there. So I'm going to get out of the way, and I'm going to introduce someone who is very dear to me in a personal way, but a Damon alum who graduated in 2014. I'm going to let him tell you about himself. Welcome to the stage, Kadeem.
This is really a great opportunity for myself. Thank you for even thinking about me for this. And this is really a good thing we're doing right here with the ALHANA group and administration. So first, my name is Kadeem Johnson. I came here in 2010. I was originally a business administration major, and I switched over to political science, and I graduated with a major in political science and, with a bachelor's in political science and a minor in general business. I also played on the basketball team for 4 years, which was a great opportunity. We did really well in that time. David Johnson, as I know him as DJ, many of you know him as DJ, he had to go professional on us. Was always a mentor and a big brother myself. Frank, he was always a mentor, always there rooting for us, bringing his family, his kids around the team. Great kids. Mrs. Williams, who, as we know, have a great relationship indoors and outside as well. And who her children, Chandler and Chris, have always been like family to myself. So a couple of things I would like to talk about are some things that came to my mind when I was invited down and I was on the way up here, and that really helped me get through college, and I continue to see as key factors into just succeeding in life. First would happen to be change. Next is aggression. And the second is responsibility. And I know it seems a little weird, like what are we talking about that don't really have any true connection, but there are three different factors that constantly play a role in how I handle myself throughout life. First is change, and I said that one of life's certainties, one of life's guarantees in change is change. Every year of your life has brought some amount of change, despite how minuscule or how grand you may have deemed it. It's occurred, no matter how grand or minuscule you have deemed it, it's occurred. Looking back on the past 10 years of my life, I've gone through multiple changes and altering decisions and events. At 16, I swore I was going to Syracuse University to go play basketball, growing up in Syracuse especially. At 17, I was going to school for business. I decided that's what I want to do. I want to come back and run my family's restaurant and take it from a little dining takeout spot to something that people can come to, take lunch and dinners at, have celebrations at, take it to the next level anyway. At 18, I decided I was going to go to Damon. The basketball I wasn't that good yet. But I had a plan anyway, take over Damon and then transfer after 2 years. That didn't happen either. And I was also going to go for business administration. At 19, I was getting out of business to become a political science major, and also with that decision, a few months later, I had two sisters that were deported back to Jamaica. This event stirred up my family and caused me to rethink being away in Buffalo, which originally it's not too far, but it's bigger than Syracuse, it's outside of Syracuse, but I can get back home if need be. But nonetheless, I began to rethink that with those two sisters departing. After that affair, I had to adjust and understand the bigger picture. Leaving would not reverse what had occurred, and I was here for a reason, as many of us are. If I had gone, I would not have made the connections and relationships that had developed, leading me to my current career path. Change had been constant in my college years and continues to do so, whether it be education, location, or family. But it's not about what happens that determines the outcome, it's how you react and adapt to those altering moments. The next is aggression. John Driscoll, a famous salesman, I don't expect you guys to know who he is, said, aggression is an effective form of energy when focused on the right direction and shielded from all others. So typically you hear this word and it's used in negative connotations, describing someone that comes off too strong, defensive, or angry. People tend to become aggressive when they are uncomfortable, afraid, or offended. But what's really wrong with aggression? Why not be aggressive as long as it's focused? Be aggressive in the steps you take to accomplish your goals. Be aggressive towards defeating the stereotypes that society has put in your path, or set upon you because of your tax bracket or because of your pigment in your skin. That same aggression is what drove me to not be a statistic, or getting arrested and having people put money on my commissary. That same aggression took me from an unsigned walk-on athlete at Damon to a 2-year captain. Aggression made me a leader in the eyes of my coaches and professors, and you can accomplish so much when you take the negativity thrown upon you and use it as fuel and not towards each other. Not towards the people in the same boat as you that have the same challenges in their path and have the same burdens on their backs. We tend to look at each other's accomplishments as a hindrance to our own success when it's not. We've all heard the saying, surround yourself by those who are successful and you will be too. So why not do so? Encourage those around us, celebrate each other's endeavors, and continue to attack each roadblock that threatens your achievement. The next thing was responsibility. One of my biggest drivers, as is many of yours, is your responsibility to your family. To my mother, who worked as a janitor at SU, which paid for my education, to my brother, who watched me cross the stage and in doing so raised the bar for our family, and for him. Responsibility to my older sisters, who see my accomplishment not only as my own, but now it's ours. We crossed the stage. We got a degree in political science. A responsibility to Mrs. Williams, who checked me after personally putting her name on the line when the board wanted me to get out of school because of my poor grades at the time. I haven't forgotten. She pulled me to the side and said, do not make her look bad. And the following semester, I got a 3.0. The person we have a responsibility to 3 types of people. First, to yourself. You always have to have those expectations of yourself. It's not, you always have to have a reason that you want to do something. It can't always be because of grandma. It can't be because of your niece. It can't always be because of your nephew. Because at some point, you have to find your why. The second is for those who support you. That's where grandma comes back into play. That's where your nephew comes into play, your brothers, your siblings. Once again, and Mrs. Williams. My professors also, I didn't forget about that. And the next are for those who look up to you. Like I mentioned, my brother who was already in school had taken a year off, but now he's going back and will finish with a degree in engineering. For those that you may not think are looking up to you, for those who are walking out, you have those who are freshmen or juniors or sophomores that are watching you, how you handle yourself on a day-to-day basis. How many hours did you really put into the library, not just sitting there with headphones in, not just powwowing and playing around in the rig, but how many hours did you really put in where you just focused? How many parties did you skip? Those underclassmen are now the ones that are worshiping you, whether you know it or not. So you do have a responsibility to those that are watching you, whether you think they are or aren't. Whether they say that you are their hero, you really are. And your responsibility is to make all of them proud. With all this said, I want you to remember and to expect and welcome change. You adapting to change will only cause you to grow and will only help your survival. Aggression can be a powerful tool. Focus it and use it. And responsibility is now upon your shoulders. Embrace it, because you would not have it if you couldn't handle it. And last but not least, congratulations to the class of 2017. You made it, and thank you for setting the bar.
Thank you, brother. This is one of the many reasons why I decided to go into higher education. This is for guys like Kadeem Johnson. He carries the Johnson name very well. But no, it's very rewarding. And I had the opportunity to coach Kadeem as an assistant men's basketball coach here, and also kind of mentor him as I sat in his same seat as an alum of Damon College. And here's a kid that from the moment he came onto Damon College campus, I saw a bright future in him. He's the true definition of when talent beats hard work. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. That's Kadeem. He came here and the odds were stacked against him, but he just kept fighting, man. He just kept fighting and kept fighting. And we saw the potential that this guy had, and we believed in him, I think, more than he believed in himself. And a lot of times we would call him into the office and tell him, Kadeem, the sky's the limit, man, but you have to have the confidence. The ability is there, but the doubt is what's preventing you from taking the next jump. And we just saw him continue to plug away and keep pushing. I want you to know, man, I'm very proud of you, all that you have accomplished. And I think what's most impressive about this man is that He's went on to do great things after he graduated college. You know, he's working for Rich Products. He's traveled across the world, but he's always stayed in touch with his Damon family. He never lost sight of that. Here's a guy that's invited to my wedding. I'm very proud of you and all that you've accomplished, and I know that the best is yet to come. So, as a token of our appreciation, we would like to present you with something. Kadeem Johnson, Damon College 2017, ALHANA Alumnus of the Year Award. We also have a little bit more for him. Nice little gift bag for him. We don't got to open it up. But let's give Kadeem Johnson another round of applause, please.
I would be remiss if I did not recognize the people in this room besides those that I just acknowledged a few minutes ago. The first person I want to acknowledge is Dr. Mike Brogan, Vice President for Academic Affairs in the back. I am not even going to attempt to name every faculty person in this room because I will miss someone and I don't want to email Adrian. So will every faculty, administrator, and staff person please stand up so you can be recognized. Dr. Boone. Will Kim Pagano and Jeff Pagano please stand up again? Before you got, my supervisor, Sabrina Fennell, hi Sabrina. Before you even set foot on Damon to start classes, you got an email from someone asking you to fill out this form for orientation. That person, as you all know, is Kim Pagano. I don't know, besides maybe some of the OLs in the room, how much work and how much effort and how much time and how much she puts into making the orientation program a successful one. So before you even get here, she's working for you. And her husband, Jeff Pagano, the Director of Financial Aid, we really like him, right? Thank you, Jeff. Thank you everyone for being here. With that, I'm going to ask Alvin Roberts, Director of Multicultural Affairs, to come to the podium for the presentation of your certificates.
Yes, I am here to present some certificates to you all, but I do want to say I may not have gotten the opportunity to meet all of you. I've been here for a year. This is actually the end of my second academic year, but I've only been here a year and a half, so although, again, I may not have met all of you personally or had the chance to really learn a lot about each of you, I am so proud, so happy to see you all reach this point. It's a point that the folks in the room have already reached. Some of us more frequent or more recent than others, but the process was all the same. And so I just want to encourage you all, no matter what you do after you leave this place, whether it's going to graduate school, going to the workforce, to do everything you can to the best of your ability, recognizing again that you are paving the way for somebody that is coming behind you. If you go into everything you do with that mindset, you will always do great things. So thank you for all you do. Thank you for your time here, and go on to do some really, really great things. So with that, I'm going to ask, I'll call you up one table at a time, and we will get this show on the road. So we have folks from this table here. We have Sahela DePeister, China Humble. And you know what? Before I move on to the next one, before I move on to the next one, I'm giving everyone permission to cheer as loud as they'd like. We have Luz Mota. We have Shantasia Bronson. One of my favorites, Gianni Gerena. have Kara Cottrell. Another one of my favorites. I'm sad he's leaving, but I hope he will come and pester us, and I mean that in the nicest way possible. McKinley Esteem. Up next, we have David Bolmy. Marissa Clemens. I know I said I keep saying I have favorites, but I'm just going to keep throwing them out there. Anthony, as we all, some people call him Anthony, but I'm going to call him Batman today. Anthony Batman Olin. Next we have Marianne Jamale. And up next we have LaShondra Martin. Emily Ann Gibson. Taisha Jones. Bernilli Bangaroo. Kiara Reed. Kiana Stevens. Tiana Washington. Shannon Myers. Brittany Brown. I'm being laughed at right now. Ryan Crawford. Khadijah Crew. Emmanuel Regis. Darius Dow. Uchechi Obona. I didn't think you were going to make it back in time. Jesse Pondexter. Nayoka Hutchison. Christina Hawkins. Sassy Fernandez. And last, but certainly not least, Victor Allen. Can we stand? Oh, I thought you were another graduate. You snuck up on me. Can we just stand and give our graduates another round of applause for all the hard work that they put in? Again, it's really a tremendous accomplishment, and we really, from the bottom of all of our hearts, congratulate you and are so happy for your success and where you're going to go in the future. So with that, I will turn the microphone back over to our MC, Adrian Williams. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, everyone. I know Elva Roberts was saying, this is my favorite, and that's my favorite. All of you are all of our favorites. We love all of you. Although I do have a few, Ty Boogie knows who she is. Okay, this concludes our first celebration, but we know this will not be our last. We congratulate all of you for your accomplishments on behalf of the Damon College faculty, administration, and staff. We also congratulate your families who were there through every step and whose presence provided many of you with the motivation to carry through toward your academic success. And now, just as the faculty and staff of color have assisted you, you are now part of a fraternity that dedicates itself to being a role model for those who come behind you. Look around the room tonight and realize that the children here will be looking for your guidance and support. The torch passes on to you. Your torch may flicker, your torch sometimes may even go down to a small glow. Just don't let it go out and don't extinguish it. Congratulations.